DJing. What about resurrecting the mad hedonistic loved up parties?
We're trying it. We started the new night in Liverpool last night, which was a promising start. The music's great. I love the music at the moment, but I'd like to see a little bit more hedonism again, really, you know. There's little pockets of it around the country, but a lot of people are far too serious.
But you've become established figures in the dance scene. Where do you think your success come from?
Just from doing something different at the start, really. I mean, we've definitely got a reputation for being party animals. I guess we're finding it hard to sustain that with old age approaching, but we still do our best, you know. I think that's the spirit that people have found attractive, you know. We have a good time, you know, we'll be dancing behind the decks, grinning from ear to ear, and that's, I think it's infectious, you know. If you see the DJ having a good time and then Journey's music, It does rub off a lot, you know.
Would you consider yourself loved up?
Give me a couple of hours, yeah, I'm sure I will be, yeah. This is Adrian Loved Up. You're watching Clubavision from Passion in Coalville, and it's almost as good as being there.
What's your name?
I'm Linda.
And I'm Stacey.
Call me Dottie.
Hello, Thrusting Justin.
Hello, how are you?
Bio.
I'm Becky.
Anthony Hopkins.
The star in the club.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Rachel. Laura. Fuckhead.
Chris from Rough Drivers. Chris, the one Alex P's been talking about all night.
Libby Fuckhead. Teapot Fuckhead. Laura Fuckhead.
Easy.
Mitch Bleep Fuckhead. Sod it.
Look, isn't it nice to see Slip Matt up here? He's not even DJing here. What are you doing here then?
Oh, not off.
Lindsay. Caroline.
Johnny, actually.
Freaks come out. And the weirdos.
Hello, Trevor.
Trevor? We were about Trevor.
Trevor Nelson.
Oh, it's the lick.
I'm a mummy's boy.
That's all I really wanted to say.
Where'd you come from?
Coventry.
Alfreton.
Loughborough. We're from Newport in Shropshire.
Leicester lads.
What do you think of this club?
It's all right, isn't it?
I personally think there's something new that's going to come along, and I personally think it's going to be reggae.
Tell everyone at home what the night's like.
Banging, slamming.
Absolutely mental. We're singers. I heard he sang a good song. I heard he had a smile. And so I came to see him and lay still for a while.
Bum diddy bum diddy bum 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 diddy diddy bum diddy 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 bum.
And there he was, this young boy, a stranger to my eyes.
Bum diddy bum 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 diddy diddy bum diddy 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 bum.
Strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words.
Diddy bum bum bum.
Killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words. Killing me softly.
Way!
You run around town like a fool and you think that it's groovy. You're giving it to some other girl who gives you the eye. Don't give nothing to me. Fuck that. Get off my high horse and I can't let you go. No. You are the one to make me feel so real. Ooh, what am I supposed to do when I'm hooked on you? And then you realize you're somebody else's guy. Fuck that.
Grab a pair of plastic comedy breasts with a roller type nipples.
It's not that big, come on.
Well, I mean, they are.
Coalville's boring.
You must be freezing. Where's your top?
Oh, I left it in the car.
What brings you down here tonight?
Come most weeks.
Every week.
Time, yeah.
Work here.
Did you do what?
Behind the bar. Top chill out.
And what happened?
Fuck. People.
It needs to be fashion. Yeah? But now everyone's like a club biscuit.
What's that? Do you do it yourself?
Yeah. Now, if you look at me as an attractive man, look, style and pattern.
Show everyone your tattoo.
You're the best dressed person here, mate. Is that Leo Tardelli?
And favourite DJs, do you have any?
Not really.
Pete Tongs, Sasha,
Tall Paul.
Tall Paul easily.
Copy everybody else.
So you're just a DJ groupie then?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, no, I'm playing a lot more house now anyway.
JFK rocks the place. Top resident.
Seb Fontaine.
Can you just say to everyone, Carl Cox? Wow.
Sakes.
I like girls. I've got a wife and 2 kids.
So is there anywhere else to go clubbing in Coalville?
Not if you want to have fun.
So where else you go clubbing?
God's Kitchen sometimes.
Sheffield Gatecrasher. Sanctuary. Cream. And Bakers.
£16 up, back and in.
Everywhere I go, I have to sign, oh God. I do get
Now then, as it happens, goodness gracious, here we are at Passion in Coalville, Leicestershire, and you're watching Clubavision with me, JFK.
Silence.
Alex P!
Yes, it is indeed.
So what time are you playing then?
Unfortunately, 1 till 3. So all the punters will probably get out of the building before they they know what's good for them. I'm having trouble with my domestic life at the moment, and I've turned to the drink. And Chris looks very inviting at the moment. All these girls are driving me mad, you see.
Lock up your daughters and restock the bar. Is that
Exactly.
a good description of you?
Yeah, that's not a bad description actually. It has been said a couple of times. As long as the daughters are over 16, I nearly said that. I was got myself in trouble then.
Ibiza, 8, 9 years on, you're still going out there. Do you think you'll ever kind of get bored of it?
No. It's not a question of boredom. It's a lifestyle now. It's past boredom or this kind of thing. It's my life. Whole club scene, the whole club world, and you bods watching this, all part of my life.
The weekly Kiss FM sesh, how's that going along?
That's fantastic. We've got like a cult.
Has Brandon been turning up?
Yeah. Unfortunately, yes, he has. Been spoiling the show, but I keep carrying him. He's not very intelligent, you see, Brandon. He's a nice-looking lad, but not very intelligent.
If you've ever heard these two guys on the radio, right, Kiss FM, every Friday night, they sound like two dirty old men.
We are two dirty old men. You'll never find us in strip bars or any seedy places like that.
Do you ever get drunk on her?
Do I? Yeah. No. Actually, no. I don't drink, actually. Very rarely.
Really?
Anyway.
You gonna get drunk tonight?
No, not a chance of that happening.
What are you gonna be doing over the festive season? You gonna be working hard? Any plans?
So in all honesty, I'm in the studio for like 3 years. The reason being is I couldn't work the equipment. And
So you went back to college?
no, I just went back to my bedroom, knocked one out. I could get the full set of it and find an engineer that could get what I wanted out of it. So I thought the only way to do that is actually go in and learn how to work the blinking stuff myself, so I can do it.
How long did it take you to learn?
3 years.
3 years.
Takes most people about 6 months, but you know, the old brain isn't like what it used to be, unfortunately.
So any tunes?
On the horizon, yeah. Hopefully one very soon with the Rough Drivers. You know, I've got to catch up with Blocko now. He's made about 3 or 4 now, and they're all his own work. He hasn't sampled anyone at all, has he? Emporium Coalville, Passion. Got to be one of the best clubs in the country. Probably the best club in the country.
Everybody have a love them a style. Good boy massive, they come follow we. Got the stamina on your got energy. And your time to get like.
We've got the freestylers, MC Navigator and Aston, the producer. Who are the freestylers?
Well, there's myself, I'm the producer. I have my partner Matt, who's on holiday at the moment. Navigator performs on 2 tracks. He's like our front man for the group and MCs the whole show and directs everything. We have Tenafly performed on B-Boy Stance,
right,
and performs Dancehall Vibes, another track on our album. And we have a drummer, a bass player, guitarist, J Rock, who's our DJ, and 2-3 breakers.
When you go and do a gig, do you perform live? What happens?
An hour and 15 minutes of natural energy, buzz and mayhem.
So we brought the party back to it, man, you know, because I think that a lot of the music, dance music, you know, over the last, say, couple of years at least, it got a little bit, you know, I mean, however they started this freestylers thing, they just brought the whole party element right back into it.
And the recent album is called We Rock Hard.
Yeah.
How did it do? Has it sold
How's it
well?
done? Yeah, it's doing really well. I mean, you know, it's doing really well in Europe as well, and we're going to be going over to America. The album and the vibe of Freestylers is an amalgamation of what myself and Matt have grown up listening to, and you know, and even DJing. I want to see people go mad, and I come from a hip hop background, and you know, I haven't gone off, you know, and made something that's not me, you know, like started experimenting with jazz or anything like that, because that's not me. Do you know what I mean? Me and Matt have made an album that's totally us. Our first track was like a white label kind of affair. Put it out in the vans and then, you know, did more. I mean, you know, we didn't know it was going to go this far. You know, you never know how far a project's going to go.
The Music Magazine Awards. You won Best Band. Was you surprised?
Very surprised.
Just shocked to everybody, even the record company, everybody was just like, couldn't believe it, you know. But a very positive thing, obviously, helped to increase and boost the profile.
The new single, what's it called?
It's called Warning.
Off the album.
It's featuring myself. And it's basically about certain things having to be left behind to go forward, you know, political ideologies, basically.
So what's the main message in your music you're trying to get across there?
The music is party. As far as I'm concerned, the music is the party. That's the, you know, the vibe, the beat and the B-line or whatever, yeah? So what you're saying on top of it now, right, would add to a vibe or detract from the vibe or educate. So, you know, it depends on what you want to do as a vocalist or how you want to bring yourself over as an artist, you know what I mean? For me personally, I prefer to educate. I've got kids and I don't want them to be sort of running around the place, popping whatever and thinking, oh, don't worry about it. When I was growing up, I used to listen to reggae music, and reggae had a very, very powerful and meaningful message, you know what I mean? I used to listen to people like Bob Marley. For me, I was a total die-hard reggae man, you know what I mean? And the whole inspiration came from people like you, Roy, Brigadier Jerry, Lone Ranger, and there were loads more, you know, but the music really had a really cultural and roots vibe, and then it went away from that, you know, and it became a little bit slack, and it got a little bit more fashion and you know, style orientated, and it detracted from that whole cultural vibe, you know, but that was what brought me into the whole music business and made me feel music because of the message that was being portrayed through the reggae music.
You had Africa Bambaataa on the other week.
Yeah.
And basically, well, Soul Sonic Force did a track for our album, and it's like the first time I think they've ever done anything.
They were like your
new.
heroes, and now you're working with them.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, that's the maddest thing. And even like meeting Arthur Baker, who was responsible for, who's a producer of all the Africa Bambaataa stuff. You know, he totally changed, you know, dance music from the 80s, you know.
Would you like to work with him?
Well, you know, I'm sort of quite pally with him now, so it's like, and we did a remix for his track called Breaker's Revenge, which is like the b-boy, you know, breakers anthem. So it was, you know, it was a great honour to do a remix of that.
Right, you're remixing for quite a lot of people. You're also turning down work.
Yeah.
Do you feel that you're in a position that you're able to do that?
It's not about money or anything. I'd rather do 1 or 2 mixes that are bullets. We did a remix for Audio we were called Policeman's Skank.
My favourite.
Is it?
And we just done a remix for Jungle Brothers' new track, Because I Got It Like That, which is blowing up.
Okay, right, the future. What's the future hold for you guys?
I think it's going to be more about the production on the second album and the way how we're going to, you know, put freestylers over in the new light, because we've had quite a lot of critical acclaim and obviously criticism for this album. But I think the next album's going to be all about elevating and taking it, you know, to the next level.
Now, no nodding off in the break, because coming up soon...
we had the DJ Magazine dance chart.
Yeah. And then we've got late night Flavas at the Forum in Cardiff. Check it out.
So, stay with us.
Come on, Cole, check back. 50, 50, 50. 50, 50, 50.
Bud. Wines. Bud. Bud. Wines. Bud. Bud. Wines. Bud. Wines. Bud. Bud. Wines. Bud. Wines. Bud. Wines.
Front brick. Does the hero ever kiss the girl? I love you.
Just can't forget the film I saw last night on my Philips digital widescreen.
It's getting better. It's getting better all the time.
The What to Watch. Comments are headed for Earth. Get ready for impact. Get out of there! Deep Impact. Deep Impact from DreamWorks. Rent the video now.
The director of 12 Monkeys will take you on the ultimate trip to the heart of the American dream. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Club Nation presents an uplifting house and garage mix from Danny Rampling. Club Nation presents the massive club hit from Stardust. Club Nation presents a 32-page booklet featuring 12 of the UK's leading clubs. Club Nation presents a pumping, full-on club mix from Tall Paul. One album, one nation. Club Nation.
I've heard of these strips. Been dying to try.
Are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Pond's Clear Pore Strips deep clean to unclog pores and gently lift blackheads away, so all the stuff you don't want on your nose ends up on the strip.
50 on yours. Oh, thank you for counting.
New Clear Pore Strips from Pond's.
Bye-bye, blackheads.
New Salon Selectives Volumizing Shampoo with Ceramide gives your hair body and movement. So, no matter how lifeless you are, your hair needn't be.
All right, clown.
Bud. Bud. Bud.
Wise.
Bud.
Wise.
I'm in the mood for dancing, sexy soul dancing, the perfect music when you're out with the boys or the girls, the perfect music to shake your hips and get on down to some late night Flavas at the Forum in Cardiff. And do you know what? That's coming up right after DJ Magazine's dance chart.
And number 10 is the Orb, Little Fluffy Clouds.
Number 9 is The Dream, Sunrise. And number 8, CZR, Bad Enough.
And with number 7, Atmosphere, Dancing in Outer Space.
Number 6 is Freestyle Orchestra, I Don't Understand This.
Number 5, Red Snap-Off with Image of You.
At number 4, Share with Believe.
Number 3 is Dem to Destiny.
Number 2 is Jill Who and Let Me Love You.
Number 1, Present, Sense of Danger.
This is Trevor Nelson on Clubavision. We're here in Cardiff, about to tear the roof off this club with Clubavision, because they bring you the mad information from the best clubs around the UK. I hate to say it, but they actually do, so keep watching.
Late Night Flavors' first birthday bash with the party vibes in full effect, courtesy of the residents, DJ Diggs and Mark Devlin, plus Rhythm Nation's Trevor Nelson, playing some damn funky R&B.
Looking for your friend, the one you let hit it and never called you again. Remember when he told you he was about to Benjamins? You act like you ain't him, they give him a little trim to begin. Now you think you really gon' pretend like you wasn't down and you called him again. Plus when you give it up so easy, you ain't even fooling him. If you did it then you probably can. Talking out your neck saying you're a Christian, a Muslim, sleeping with the gin. Now that was the sin that did Jezebel in.
Please let me introduce you to Giles Barnett and Jim Wiley, the promoters of Late Night Flavors here at the Forum in Cardiff. How long has this night been running?
About just over a year now. We started off for the Cardiff people, and suddenly it mushroomed from Cardiff to London to Manchester, and people flock down from all over the UK at the moment. That was Giles's idea. He came to me and he said, right, what about the R&B for Cardiff people? Because nobody's doing anything for them. We've got the biggest venue in Wales. Why don't we give a commitment to R&B rather than dance? And he persuaded me, and we got it together, and the rest is history. The main arena and 3 music rooms. One plays dance, the other plays R&B, soul, swing, what have you, and the other room plays sort of cheesy tunes.
Jim is right in a way, in that until 2 o'clock there is a wider choice of music available.
Should we just say commercial?
Yeah, I would say that in Cardiff and in Wales as well, there's a lot of, you know, popularity with the commercial chart music, and we want to cater for that. We don't want to deny people that, but what we've got to do is provide for the other people who really want that R&B hip-hop flavour. So that's what we've done. I think that we've done it as well.
Basically, it's about areas. Now, Cardiff has a great infrastructure of urban culture people, right? Now, you can't equate that to different areas, but the music was already here, but nobody gave it a chance in Cardiff.
Yeah.
Everybody went safe with the dance music, and nobody actually turned around and said, this culture wants R&B.
I knew that coming to Cardiff, you know, there's 2 types of Cardiff. There's an underground Cardiff, you know, there's circles within circles, you get me? And I started to meet people who had reggae, blues and soul dances, like down in the docks areas of Cardiff, and in other areas of Cardiff where, you know, when you first come here, you don't really find these places. And really and truly, they were crying out for a venue. And when my man here said that, A, he's done promotions in London town before as well, and B, he can go until 6 o'clock every Saturday night, I said, well, gosh, we got to try something.
What are you thinking tonight's going to be like?
Well, I'm seeing record levels of attendance here, and the atmosphere up in the upstairs bar Nero's before it goes downstairs is just like a big house party. So I can't wait myself. It's gonna be crazy down there, man.
You know you better watch out. Some girls are only about that thing.
DJ Diggs, Galaxy Radio gave you your first big break.
Yeah.
How did you come to kind of hook up with them?
It was a guy called Tristan B, who was kind of legendary around the time. He was doing a show on Radio Bristol, and then he started on Galaxy. Me and this other DJ, Kim, started playing in Bath. We got to meet Tristan, and you know, he caught us, invited us in to do his rap show with him. We did some mixes, bit of production. And sooner or later, I kind of overtook what he knew about us. So we said, well, you might as well do the show, and we're not actually doing the show anymore at the moment. We just do mixes for different radio stations. So I've done mixes for Trevor on Radio 1, mixes for Galaxy, you know, local radio stations as well.
How do you keep up with what's going on? Are you constantly inundated with new records?
Yeah, well, I was assistant head of music at Galaxy and Kiss as well, so I got to learn, you know, a lot about the industry, getting on the finger on the pulse, music-wise. And from playing in the clubs, I kind of had the corporate knowledge as well as being on the street.
What do you love about your job the most? Because you do interviewing, well, should we say you used to do interviewing, producing, obviously DJing.
I just love the music, I think. Not really that hard work for me because I love what I'm doing anyway. And the 2 guys, the 2 MCs who I work with, who just, you know, lift it to another level, that's Chris and Kels. I mean, they were idols of mine when I was growing up, and then all of a sudden they're working with me in a big club, in a big night like this, so that's what I love about it, really.
In the past, you've interviewed over 200 major artists. Who made a notable, lasting impression on you?
You know about this thing, Snoop Dogg.
No, I don't.
Oh yeah, Snoop Doggy Dogg, because when I went up to interview him, it was a real, I won't say what we got up to, but he took me in, and I was supposed to be there for an hour with him. I spent a whole day with him, you know, doing what the Americans do, I say.
Hanging out.
Drinking and smoking and whatever. And he asked me about my name, Diggs, and he said, is that 1 G or 2 Gs? I said 1. He said, well, it needs to be 2, you know. I said, why is that? You know, dog pan and whatever, it's 2 Gs. So I went away from there and I changed my name.
Special effects, a specialist sex, in movies and romantic flicks. Now check the flex, using film tricks to hook the brain, like the legendary Gene Kelly singing like a pleb in the rain. I'm far from your lovey-dovey type that sucky type with champagne and candlelight that. Done wonder Marco Macho Casa Casanova type dream lover who'll do what your man won't do undercover. Nah, as long as we're in sync and she knows how I think. Got a mind of her own and she don't carry on stink. She looks raggle in camouflage, pretty and pink. We can link for a meal or a drink. True chivalry and extinct. Better still, just chill or lay back. Snuggle up, close together like two bulls in the sack. Talk sense or slack. Yeah, you know the act when it's just a two or uno in a council black. Like,
Just can't get enough. Sexy Cinderella. I found a perfect love.
yeah. I used to dream of drop dead gorgeous beans and bikinis on the beach. Hot and steamy like I seen it all on TV. Soft satin and creamy, setting all dreamy. Rubber down with oil the right way like a genie used to me. I thought I had to write love letters, go for midnight strolls and shower her with gifts and roses. Till I realized that's just for pretty boys and poses. Plus them secret messages were coded. First I hate writing letters to I don't like flowers. Further around my way, if you walk with a bird after midnight, you get searched or devoured by the gabbers or the muggers. There's no lane for lovers, only back streets with used rubbers. The only gift you might receive is what some shoplifters leave. A bottle of wine from the off-license snuck up your sleeve. Romantic rudies might take you to movies, but I'd rather go block a while for the night like Buster.
Just can't get enough. Sexy Cinderella. I found a perfect love. You're my perfect love. Just can't get enough. Sexy Cinderella. I found a perfect love.
You can't come with no corny lies, trying to be all smooth, dressed in sequins and shiny shoes. Girls I know will tell you I beg you move like you're trying to chirp.
You here every Saturday night?
Yeah, that's the word. We always come here every Saturday.
Why?
Because there's loads of party, innit?
We're waiting for it.
My name's Greg and I'm from the Rhondda Valley.
Gavin. Raymond.
Molly.
This is Kells from the Soul Power Massive, introducing my main man, Mr. Chrissy Chris.
I'm from Ireland, from Cork.
You from Birmingham as well?
That's right.
My name's Chris, known as Mr. Bump, yeah?
Tell me something about Cardiff.
Yeah, it's improving, it's the bomb now, you know. All the clubs, you got people like Trevor Nelson coming and shit like that, and Tim Westwood and that, you know, it's getting good.
These city boys don't know nothing. Come up to the valleys, we and low beer, I tell you.
How old are you all?
24.
Boys, that's all I think about boys, right? So
Really?
You wanna go clubbing, you go clubbing for boys, innit? Not a good time, boys. None of them are from Cardiff, yeah.
The valleys boys have got it all, I tell you. Big,
You're telling me a lot, aren't you?
a big, am I allowed to say, old boys?
When you guys go out, do you go out for the music or do you go out for the ladies?
The ladies, man, the ladies. Ladies.
You didn't even have to think about that one, did you?
I'll say there's some serious pudding Cardiff going on, you know.
Trevor Nelson's got the vibe, I tell you. He's going to be mixing his shit, and Westwood's going to have no worries, I tell you that.
Wicked! Lovely! Lovely boys, yeah. Trevor Nelson.
Trevor Nelson?
Yeah, he's gorgeous.
He's gorgeous?
Yeah.
Oh,
he's a babe. He's just sex on legs.
Please the women. Lovely.
I use the Vaseline often, but it's not working.
Really?
I'm getting too old for it.
He's about 7 out of 10. And the TV.
All I can say is one word, absolute adrenaline.
Do you agree with that?
I do agree.
Next question.
All these people come from, and they talk like, it's really proper Welshy.
I'm from
Proper
Wales.
Welshy. They're all Welshy up there.
What's your name?
Luke. Gareth.
No, we comes down here all the time, innit? Down the forum, innit?
What do they do here on a Friday night?
Oh, they got the R&B going on, you know.
They should have more theme nights in here for them. There you are.
What do you prefer, your R&B or your house?
Jungle.
Drum and bass in it, yeah.
How many rooms are in there? Has anyone counted?
3, 4, 5.
5.
Which one? 5?
4.
You having a good time?
Yeah.
Proper tonight, innit? Got bad music on here, innit?
Yeah, all the time, every Saturday. We love you. Heroes of Soul and Swing. What about the other one?
Men are doing it all dance and house and all that, you know? Just one of them days when I gotta be alone. It's just one of them things. Don't take it personal. I just wanna be all alone. Do you think I treat you wrong? Do a fast Scotty, just like.
I know.
That's all the swing, it's all like, whining, you know?
Hanged out in the soul room, the R&B room, the ragga room, the jungle room.
I get easily aroused.
So in their threepenny bits. And they sewn them large, I tell him. She's sewn them a bit as well.
But he's so sexy in real life. Wow. really cool. They do turn shit. I'm sorry.
Is that natural?
I was born blonde. That's what's said on the box.
Is there anywhere else to go in Cardiff?
Hippo.
Well, what kind of music is that playing?
House.
Run a night down in the Hippo Club every Thursday night. Called Devious.
Midlands. Sort of like round Wolverhampton, but it's not as good as Cardiff.
On Saturdays, more like people from Bristol, London. On Fridays, like Ely Crew.
Down for the booze, down for the ladies, down for the dance. Lovely.
Respect to Trevor Nelson because he's bringing up the ladies in the forum tonight. Can't fault it. No, big up to the man.
Hey, Mr. DJ, let the record play. It's a party here today. Jump up and get down. Let's move and then groove to the sound. It's your night, so do what you like. Let's dance. Cause the mood is so right. Celebrate the feeling. Everybody's happy because you're doing your own thing.
Hello, Trevor. He's just getting hassled by loads of fans. Do you know what? I just went into the girls' toilets. They was all talking about you. They was like, I can't believe how small you are.
Yeah, I'm only 5'8". People obviously think I'm 7'2". I don't know why.
Because you sit down a
I'm
lot.
always sitting down, that's why.
When you go out, do you get recognised?
Only when I sit down, and when I'm seated, I get recognised.
R&B is just blowing up. It's getting a massive profile. How big of a part have you played?
What, in England?
Well, anywhere.
In the UK, all right, not for no, I mean, a couple of years ago, obviously, I was on Radio 1, got on Radio 1 2.5 years ago. It was a good time. I think it's a good timing for me. And then obviously the other thing I do on TV is good as well. So I think not just me, there's a collective effort, but I'm obviously quite a part of it.
Forum in Cardiff. Why have you chose this club?
Because, okay, I've been to Cardiff twice before, and I went with the wrong promoters, and it wasn't very good, and I didn't have a great time. And
have you ever been here?
No, they've been trying to get me down here, but I figured I'll come here when we got to do Rhythm Nation tours, because it's a really big club. It can hold like 2,000 people.
Tell us a little bit about the tour.
I started somewhere really small in Middlesbrough at Frescoes, which I wanted to start a really small place. Doing here, I'm doing the new Sound Republic in London, which is really nice to have that. Going to Liverpool, going to Scotland, Glasgow.
What is the purpose of the tour? Is it a reflection of the music that you play on the show?
No, I mean, as I said, I've been on Radio 1 about 2.5 years, a bit more than that, and in fairness, I haven't really done anything like this yet, which is, I club all the time, so it's about time I really did one for Radio 1.
We know that you present a TV show, and you've interviewed some slamming people. Who's been the best interview?
Do you know what? The best interview was, I could say Lauryn Hill, because I love her. I love Lauryn Hill, but actually Usher, I thought he was, for a teenager, he's like...
Is he quite level-headed?
Yeah, he's level-headed, but he's having great fun. He knows how to do it. He's like sensible.
Oh yeah, he nicks your watch or something, I think you told me.
He nicked my watch. He's spontaneous. He could be a TV presenter. He could be anything he wants to be. I think he's really talented.
Who else? Mel B?
Mel B was funny.
you just
no,
come on to her.
I'll be honest with you. Mel B was the scariest interview I ever did. She was 3 months pregnant, and I was thinking, I've got to go easy on her, mate, because I've got to show respect. So I'm lying on the bed at a sensible distance from her, thinking, I'm not going to look at her in any sort of sexual way. Of course.
Why do you with some of your female interviewees?
I think you should, because if you met them at a bar, you'd be looking at them going, oh, yeah, yeah. So anyway, when's your record coming out? Oh, yeah, and you flirt, don't you? It's a laugh. But Mel B, I was kind of respectful, and I shouldn't have been, because she got me. She got me sweating.
You've done your radio shows, you've done your DJing, and you've stuck your oar in with the club promoting as well, because you did Club Yo-Yo. Is that still running?
Yeah, Club Yo-Yo's running. We're starting a new night, actually.
At the Sound Republic?
At the Sound Republic on Fridays. It's going to be the bomb night, because it's a brand new...
Is it going to be every week, every Friday?
Every Friday night from
And what's it going to be called?
Funk.
Funk?
It's called Funk at Sound Republic. I've told you, I've warned you about it. It's going to be good. Me, Dodge, and Ronnie Harrell every week.
And where do you go to socialise?
Are
you more of a dinner person, cinema, or...?
Yeah, I would go cinema, and I would go dinner a bit more if I could get someone to go with.
What about the future? What do you want to do?
Well, funny thing is, it's gone really well for me the last 10 years, and...
Most people say the last year. Trevor says the last 10 years.
No, you know what I mean? It's been quite gradual and enjoyable, so I'm thinking, rather than sort of really plot it and plan it,
yeah, just
keep rolling with it, because you just roll with it, and if your music that you're into is kind of building, like I think R&B is, I'll just stay with it. I mean, it's what I know, innit? I'd like to seriously maybe start something in the UK, like a company or something like that was a black entertainment company, because I think on TV and radio and stuff there needs to be more black like shows on and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
Thank you very much for talking
Please,
to us.
you know, any time Clubavision come in my area, in my whole vicinity, I just tell everyone to step back. Let's do it.
Hey, Mr. DJ, let the record play. It's a party here today. Jump up and get down. Let's move and then groove to the sound. It's your night, so do what you like. Let's dance, cause the mood is so right. Celebrate the feeling. Everybody's happy because it's
Time to say good night or even good morning because Clubavision is over again for this week. So you now have my permission to put your PJs on and get your head down. I'm Lisa Nash. Thank you for watching Clubavision, and I hope to see you soon. But here's what you've got to look forward to on next week's show. Your Sundays may never be the same as we travel to Sunday Central in Birmingham. Progress with Jeremy Healy in Derby, the Touch Magazine Dance Chart, DJ producer Sash, who's teamed up with 80s disco diva Shannon, and of course, loads of you lot.
Now we go over to the studios.
When it comes to the final vote, you may have won 4 or 5 rounds previous to this one, but this is it. They have to collect the hearts. Luke looks like little boy Loss. He said in the book that he was a nice bloke, a really nice bloke who sang plaintively and beautifully. But not a lot of enthusiasm. Anxious faces now amongst our 4 contestants, and this is it.
Boys,
Claudia.
go backstage. Come on, boys. Off you go backstage. Off you go. Off you go. Go in front of me. I don't care. Oh. Now, who did you vote for? Colin. You voted for Colin. Why? Was it the chess that did her? What about you? Luke. Why Luke? The cute. We like Luke, don't we? Luke! What about you? Luke. Luke as well. Well, one of you girls... Yes, got the message. Luke. One of you girls could go on a date with one of these boys. Do you want to see what happened last week?
Well, last week's lovers were, believe it or not, flown first class to Canada. They were entertained by